Have you ever noticed how the same word can mean totally different things to different people? Like sometimes you'll say something and it just doesn't land the way you thought it would. Today I'm going to talk to you about how symbols, language, and meaning work in groups. Basically, how we use words and signs to communicate with each other. I'm going to cover three main points. The first is how symbols create meaning, then, how verbal and nonverbal communication works in groups, and finally, the difference between connotative and denotative meanings. First, let's talk about symbols and meaning. Our textbook talked about a cat to give an example about this. This word is a symbol because it stands for something, but it's arbitrary, which means there's no natural connection between the word cat and the animal itself. It's just a sound that we all agreed means a furry creature that is sometimes a pet. It's also ambiguous because cat could mean different things depending on context. Like for some, it could be a pet. For some, it's a slang term for a person, like cool cat, or even a type of machine if you're part of a specific group. It's abstract because the word cat isn't an actual animal, it's just a representation in our minds and what we say. Symbols matter in communication because they let us share ideas without needing to show or do the actual thing. Without symbols, talking or working in groups would be way harder. Now let's move on to how we use verbal and nonverbal symbols in groups. Nonverbal symbols are things like facial expressions, gestures, or body language. For example, in a group project, if someone nods during a discussion, it shows that they agreed without actually saying a word, and that little gesture helps others know who is on the same page as them. Verbal symbols are actual words we say, like what I'm doing now. Like when we use the word deadline in a group project to talk about when the project is due, everyone understands what it means and it helps organize the work. Both of these types of symbols help create meaning because they make sure that we understand each other clearly. The words give us the information and the nonverbal cues show feelings or attitudes. Together, they make a group communication work a lot smoother. Now, I'm going to explain the meanings of words and how they can have different layers. The denotative meaning of a word is its dictionary definition, like the word home literally means the place where you live, or how some people open speeches saying the definition of a word. That's typically its denotative meaning. But the connotative meaning is the emotional or implied meaning behind it, so what it means, but not the exact definition. So for some people, home might mean comfort, safety, or just family. Things that's not in the dictionary, but it feels real. I've worked in a group where we used a phrase, take it easy, when someone was stressed. I'll actually end up saying that a lot. But denotatively, it just means to relax. But some people took it as dismissive when I would say it to them, or like their stress wasn't being taken seriously. Like they thought I was just being like, hey, take it easy. And that difference causes a little bit of a misunderstanding sometimes, unless you talk it out. This shows how important it is to know that both meanings are different so that communication doesn't get messed up. Today, I talked about how symbols create meaning, how verbal and nonverbal communication work in groups, and the difference between connotative and denotative meanings. Now remember my question. Have you ever noticed how the same word can mean different things to different people? Now you can see clearly why that happens and how understanding symbols and meaning can help you work better in groups. Thank you.